Alright, so welcome to the first bootcamp class. So today it's going to be over the trading habits and everything. Basically, these are going to be good and healthy habits to have when you're trading, and a lot of it is correlated to, it's correlated to trading, and it's also correlated to kind of life in general. Like, I put in like activities where, you should also go outside sometimes and all that stuff. Well, you're going to see. But yeah, this is going to be all about trading habits, and this is just going to be how you can become a better trader overall with your habits. So let's dive right in. First bootcamp class, I'm hype. All right. So, first habit, religious morning routine. Okay, what this means is basically getting up at the same time every single day. Okay, whether it's 5 a.m., whether it's 4:30, whether it's 6 o'clock, you get up at the same time every single day. Okay, you have your morning routine. Maybe your morning routine is getting up, and we'll get into it in the next slide. But getting up, and maybe it's opening all the charts and doing your analysis, or maybe it's okay. I'm gonna wake up, I'm going to grab my coffee, I'm going to get a quick cold shower, and then I'm going to jump on the markets. But you always got to be good with proper time management, making sure you are on kind of track. Like, you don't want to get up at like 6:15, do a cold shower and get your coffee and then get on the markets, because at that point it's going to be like 6:45 and you're already 15 minutes late. So, good religious morning routine. Very simple, and this correlates to kind of the next habit, which is the pre-session analysis. So pre-session analysis, 100%, I recommend you do that every single day. Okay, and pre-session analysis could just be kind of looking at every single pair. So I'm gonna stop this presentation for 1 second. We're gonna jump to the charts over here. So pre-session market analysis, meaning basically going through all your pairs. So going through NQ, going through ES, going through the YM, which is the Dow Jones, which is also another ticker for futures, and going through the Russell 2000 index, which you can add these to your. Oh, no charts have been shown. Um, 1 second. There we go. There we go. So yeah, like I said, pre-session analysis, making sure you're doing kind of everything you need to do. Okay, my pre-session analysis is pretty simple. I go through the NQ. Okay, the Nasdaq. This is what I mainly trade, just because it always has the best moves. Then I go through ES. ES is my second kind of option to do as well. I normally like to do ES on a bit slower days, just because it doesn't move as crazy as NQ, but you could still make lots of money trading this. YM and RTY, these two names over here. So this is, like I said, this is the Dow Jones, and this is the Russell 2000. So other pairs of futures. Now I only like to trade these two names. It's rare if I do, but I only like to trade these two names if NQ is doing this or ES is doing this. And what this is a range. If it's just ranging all day. Like this, it ranged from 7 o'clock all the way until 11 o'clock. What happened on RTY from 7 to 11? 7 o'clock, we had this long opportunity over here. Okay, it's a pretty small risk reward opportunity. Actually, you know what? You could have profited a 2 to 1 up over here. This long over here at 7, and over here on the RT, on the, sorry, this is MNQ. Yeah, that was RTY, and YM over here. What happened at 7 o'clock on the YM? We had this huge move at 6:30, and then we had a pullback. Nice little healthy pullback entry over here at 8:15. Stop loss below here. Take profit past this high. So these two trades could have been executed on the YM and the RTY, while NQ and ES was doing this. And this is just range. It's range. It's trash. We don't want to trade it. Last week we got burned because we traded this, and then we started trading this, and then we started trading this. So that's how we got burned on 3 days in a row. But if we just stepped away and we looked at other tickers, we could have had a much more profitable day. Like this day over here today on YM, we could have making this trade over here, and on RTY. So add these two tickers to your charts just in case. It's rare if we have ranging days like these, but it is pretty common though on days after we get a huge up move over here. So two tickers to add, and yeah, this is my pre-session analysis. I do analysis on all four of these, and I do multi-time frame analysis. So first thing I'll do, we'll go on the weekly, and I'll just see what direction the weekly is going in. Okay, are we going up or are we going down? Right now the weekly is going in an uptrend. Okay, cool. I go down to the daily. All right, what's the daily doing? All right, we're still in an uptrend. We got sideways movement, breakout. What's going to happen now? Maybe some more sideways movement and then another breakout or a breakdown. Who knows? I don't want to predict moves. And then the 4 hour and the 1 hour is where I'm going to be drawing my zones like these, and same with the 4 hour over here. And then these, yeah, so these two, this is where I'm going to be looking to draw my zones. And then for entries, obviously the hourly would be pretty cool for a simple entry, but it also just depends on what you prefer. Like me, for example, I like getting on the 30-minute, and just recently I liked getting in on the 15-minute too. I've been using the 15-minute, and this is a big reason why. Okay, so you look at the 30-minute candle. Yeah, 15-minute is really good so far. I don't know, for some reason recently I just been liking it for entries. This is the 30-minute candle over here. And this is the hourly candle. Right over here at 7 o'clock, we had this breakout on Friday. Okay, we get this huge breakout. There's no entry opportunity over here in this candle, other than just, it closes above the high. Maybe you long here and your stop loss is below here, but we want a good entry. You go down to the 30-minute. Okay, cool. You could have, got in on this candle because it looked like it pulled back, retraced, retested, and went long. But if you look at the 15-minute, look at this. Nice, healthy push up over here. Rejection, but kept pushing up. Really nice pullback over here. Extremely nice pullback over here. And this happened on the 15-minute. And then you could have longed here and held through this entire trade. So it just depends on what time frame you prefer to trade on. But the 15-minute is really nice for entries, and the 30-minute I noticed for myself if you want to do your analysis on the hourly and 4 hour. But then again, you could also enter on the 1 minute, all this stuff, but it's so much, and it confuses a lot of people. But yeah, top down analysis on all four of these tickers, and then looking for a really nice entry point is my pre-session analysis. So let's get back to the presentation. You can see the presentation. Yeah, I can start doing it in the morning if you guys want. I can get on at 6 o'clock instead of 6:30, and then we can go from there. Sure. Yeah, tomorrow I'll get on at 6 a.m. instead of 6:30, and then we'll go from there. So yeah, so I will move forward now. Habit number 2. So this is what we just covered. Number 3, session focused. Oh, number 3. Number 3, session focus. So basically, keeping focus every session, meaning turning your phone on do not disturb, or even tossing your phone out of the room. I used to have a bad habit with kind of going on Instagram and scrolling on Instagram while I'm in a trade. Or if I'm still looking for a trade, I'll go on Instagram, which you really shouldn't, because you'll go on Instagram and you'll see some other trader and you'll see what he's in, and you'll see that he's going short but you want to go long, and then this is just going to mess up your whole groove, your whole mindset and all that stuff. And then you're going to be like, oh man, like, okay, maybe I should go short for today. But then you go short and then you get burned, and then you go long and then you get burned, and then it's this whole process. So making sure our phone is not near us when we are um, at our desk, basically. And that's kind of the main thing. Phone is huge, because then as well, I also go on Instagram sometimes when I'm trading, not recently, but back in the past, and I'll see some trader is up like $10,000 trading futures, and I'm just like, what the hell am I doing? Like, I haven't made a trade yet, so making sure phone is on do not disturb and is out of the room is very important. Making sure you could also put on some headphones as well. I mean, it's kind of tough with us because we're live trading, so kind of just you'll hear some background noise. But I used to put on headphones and everything and just get focused on the charts. But yeah, making sure we are focused, and this one's pretty self-explanatory. So we will hop into the next habit, which is the post-session routine. Okay, and this is something I'm going to be implementing soon. I'm just actually making it right now, and working on it and everything. But basically, at the end of trading days, either like it just depends on uh, the guys' schedules and everything. But either 1 o'clock when the market closes, or at night, like at 8 o'clock or something, I can do a post-session analysis on how the day went. What I could have done better and all that stuff. Which this is what the habit is. Okay, so every day when you stop trading. Okay, so for us normally it's 8:30, or say if I made a scalp at 6 o'clock. So sorry, 6:30. I made a scalp and I finished at 6:45, or say I got into a trade at 7 and it hit my TP at 8:30. Every single day, when you finish trading, when you exited your position and you're up profit or you're down, okay, you need to have a post-session routine, a post-session checklist, okay, and this checklist could be, like I said, it's basically a journaling. It's basically, how did I do today? How was my performance? Did I show up to the market on time? Did I trade properly? Did I follow my plan? How was my emotions during my trade? All this stuff, which I included a bunch of it in the journaling tab under the lounge. But yeah, a bunch of questions in there. But this is, yeah, like I said, basically, how did I do? Um, how was my trading today? Did I follow my plan? What could I have done better? Those are like the main four questions. And what am I going to do for tomorrow? What am I going to do different for tomorrow? So making sure you have this post session routine. And so, days where I've hit my max stop losses, or I've hit my stop loss, or if I had a big loss or something like that, I always make sure I do a post session routine just to make sure that I don't repeat those mistakes. Okay, and I always like to review it as well in the pre-market of the next day to kind of remind myself, hey, like, don't make the same mistakes you made yesterday, because yesterday you had like $1,000 loss. So we can't do a revenge trade anymore. We can't jump in, size up. We can't FOMO into positions. We can't chase positions. We need to be focused, and we need to kind of have this routine going. So yeah, and yeah, in the future I'll be doing kind of post session routines as well, which you guys can join in if you want. Um, it'll be probably like either at 1 o'clock when market closes, or at nighttime like 8 o'clock or something. Just depends. But yeah, and so let's jump into the fifth habit. So these are the habits where I'm kind of relate life to in a way. So exercise could be anything. Could even just be like a walk kind of thing. Doesn't have to be you go and lift weights. That's what I do. Kind of to leave the markets and all that stuff. I kind of, for us, since we're on like Seattle or whatever, I'll market opens at 6:30, closes at 1, same as Vancouver time. Um, and normally at 8:30 I'll like stop trading, and then I'll probably leave to go to the gym at like 9, and then come back at like 11, um, which is a part of the routine. Yeah, so yeah, running as well. Running as well. Running is also something I'm trying to get into, just because I'm trying to cut down some weight for like the summer and everything like that. But yeah, just exercise in general, which is really good for the brain. It's good kind of therapy in a way. Good meditation. I know Andrew Tate talks about working out a lot. Good therapy. And yeah, a good way to kind of escape the markets and kind of let out all your frustration, or in a way, or review kind of in your head as you're doing your sets or you're doing your run or anything like that. Meditation, something I need to practice more. I don't do it as often as I should, but just 5 minutes, 5 to 10 minutes at night could be very, very valuable to you, from what I've heard, and from even the what I've done as well for meditating. 5 to 10 minutes at night is also really beneficial, I heard, for you. It's a good way to kind of help treat FOMO. Um, yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's something I should also start doing as well more often. I don't do it as often as I should, but it's a really good way to treat FOMO, and kind of, clear your head in a way, right? Especially clearing your head for like the next market session or something like that. Even doing it in pre-market as well. Like, you could get up a bit earlier, like 5 o'clock, maybe do your cold shower and then meditate, kind of get yourself ready for the day, for the market, and then, move forward, right? So those two, 100% a good habit to implement, that'll help you with your trading and your journey. Six, diet as well. Making sure that, we're not eating a fuck ton of food before market opens, because I've done that before. I've eaten like 4 or 5 eggs before with a bunch of hash browns and everything before market opens, and then I just feel super sluggish. I feel like my stomach is about to explode, and now I can't, trade as properly. Or maybe it's after session, and I'm like about to do some back testing or something like that, and I had a big large burrito, and now like my stomach is full and I can't really do anything because, like, all I'm thinking about is how full I am. Making sure your diet is good, and diet, I mean, like, we shouldn't, be eating like burgers every single day. I mean, once a week, twice a week could be acceptable or anything like that, but making sure you're putting, healthy foods in your body and not, treating it like trash in a way. And this will also correlate to your trading, because you'll notice how focused you can get once your mind and your body is clear. I also practice fasting as well. So normally I only eat between 12 to 6, and then from 6:30 till 12 the next day, I don't eat anything, which has been very beneficial. Yeah, yeah. Fasting is a good way to kind of remove all the bad, harmful like cells in your body, mainly in your stomach, that tell you to feed it, because when you feed them, you kind of keeping these parasites in your stomach alive. So it's very good. There's lots of methods to do it. There's like the 18-6 method, where it's like, you don't eat anything for 18 hours a day and you only eat for 6 hours. But there's weight loss as well. There's a lot of benefits to it. The one benefit I really notice is just a clear mind when I'm in the markets. Say I wake up late, I'm still feeling fine, compared to like if I started, having lots of food beforehand or something like that. But yeah, fasting is something I definitely recommend as well. Just maybe not eating until like 12 o'clock for me. For other guys, it probably would be like 2, 3, 4 o'clock or something like that. And then kind of having a window of when you eat food, and yeah, just making sure you put healthy food in your body. So yeah. Number seven, something very annoying that not of us like to practice, but backtesting, 100%. And I go back to the charts on this one. Backtesting every single day, to kind of build confidence in your strategies. Okay, so with TradingView, it's pretty cool the way you can backtest. I'm gonna remove all of these. So if you have the premium version of TradingView, you have this replay indicator over here. You can click anywhere on the charts, okay? And say, your strategy is like us, like supply and demand, and say you see this as an uptrend kind of thing, and you want to backtest trend lines. Okay, cool. You can measure this out, and then you can kind of include that, and then you can tell yourself, okay, if we come back to this trend line over here, I'm willing to go long. I'm going to set my stop below here and my take profit somewhere up over here, right? And right now I'm just on a random day. I don't know anything that's going to happen. Um, but clearly it doesn't come down to here, all right? Comes all the way up to here. So now we can write that down. We can write down that maybe our pullback was too early. Kind of making this a habit of back testing almost every day, just to make sure your trading is on point. And this also develops lots of confidence in your trades as well. Meaning you'll be much more confident when you go to enter your trades. You won't hesitate, also it'll help with execution. So we don't want you to have bad execution when your opportunity arises. And also your backtesting strategy, maybe you're trying to backtest like supply and demand zones, support and resistance or something like that, or kind of what we do, which is market structure and all that stuff. Or maybe it's a break and retest. Okay, so right now on the 4 hour chart, because it's the 4 hour, it's really, each candle is 4 hours long. So I'm gonna go down to the hourly, and okay, over here it looks like the hourly has a broken and retested our supply zone. So we're gonna put our stop here, and we're just gonna target 3 to 1 risk reward ratio, and let's play this out. So over here it hits your TP, and cool. Now you got one winning trade. Now what do? Now you have to write this down. Okay, we entered on a break of a 1 hour zone that was actually drawn on the 4 hour. So maybe I should use the 4 hour more often. It's just about writing down notes and making sure you're confident whenever your trade setup happens. And yeah, even though this trade took 3 days, still a winning trade, right? So maybe our TP or something was way too hard, or maybe we also entered too late. Another thing, when you're backtesting, you don't want to backtest every single hour of the day. You don't want to backtest this. You don't want to backtest, um, you know, this over here. You only want to backtest the hours that you plan on trading in. Okay, so maybe you only trade at 6:30 a.m. Okay, so down over here somewhere, I think. Where's 6:30? So yeah, right over here. So maybe you trade only from 6:30 to 8:30. So what I would want you to do is only backtest 6:30 till 8:30. Okay, because that's the time frame you're gonna trade in. Because you normally don't want to trade when it's lunchtime, because this happens over here, chop. Okay, but then maybe you come back at 11 o'clock. Okay, and 11 o'clock, and you trade until 1. Okay, so that's the times I would want you to backtest. I'd want you to backtest your 6:30 to 8:30 session, and then you take a break from 8:30 until 11, and then 11:30 you come back to trade. I'd want you to backtest your 6:30s till 8:30 and your 11:30s till 1. Okay, I wouldn't want you to backtest hours that you're not going to be on the screen. So that's a good backtesting thing. And yeah, overall, just helps with execution, helps, and it's a good trading habit to have. And every single day, you'll notice something new in the market, so you can add that to your strategies and all that. So yeah, let's get into the next part. So habit 8 or 9, maybe I messed up there. Habit 8, and this is going to be the last habit: sleep. Making sure we get really good amount of sleep every single day before the market, because we need a hard reset kind of thing. Honestly, I have been doing well off of 6 hours of sleep. I know 8 hours is recommended. 7 hours as well. 7 to 8 hours is recommended, but 6 hours for me has been more than enough. Anything below 6 hours, and I catch myself sleeping in. If I sleep for 5 hours, I sleep in. If I sleep for 4 hours, I'll sleep in. Like, I just can't get up. But if I hit my 6 hour mark, I'm pretty good for the rest of the day. Some caffeine as well doesn't affect me. I mean, sorry, does not help. So it does help. Some caffeine does help. A couple energy drinks. I definitely don't rely. Don't want you to rely on energy drinks though. But making sure you get good sleep. What I recommend for good sleep though is like those blackout curtains. I got a pair of those, so it kind of makes your room pitch black at night. I also recommend sleep mask as well. 100%. Yeah, the blackout curtains. I think I got them from Ross, which for you guys would be winners. Um, yeah, they got lots of selections over there. What the fuck? Sorry, my alarm went off. Yeah, it was not my sleep alarm. It was my my schedule alarm. Anyways, but yeah, blackout curtains. All right, these are 4 things I 100% recommend you to get. So blackout curtains. I recommend you get a sleep mask. Okay, if especially like kind of doubling that down, making sure it's really dark before you go to bed. I also recommend you sleep with nose strips, because a lot of us breathe through our mouths when we sleep, and that's what causes snoring. It also causes bad teeth. It also causes kind of your jaw being retracted in a way. Yeah, so yeah, 100% recommend nose strips as well when you sleep, just so you can get lots of oxygen going through your noses when you go to bed instead of your mouth. I think if you wear a nose strip when you go to bed, you get like an increase of like 20% oxygen going into your lungs every night. And to top that off, I also wear mouth tape. So I got the blackout curtains, I got the sleep mask, I got a nose strip on, and I also wear mouth tape. So I make sure my sleep is really good because I want to make sure I'm set for the market the next day and the overall day as well. Taping your mouth helps with not breathing through it, and nose strip helps with kind of breathing through your nose, right? So 100% recommend getting those items and using those before you go to bed. And yeah, making sure you get great sleep at night so you're ready to trade the next day. Because if you lack sleep the next day, then you won't think as clearly, and then you'll make lots of mistakes and you'll ruin executions and all that stuff. So yeah, and that'll be our first boot camp class. Like I said, I was going to keep it short, under 30 minutes, about 8 habits